Today I'm going to show you the basic knitting stitches, including casting on, knit, and purl. And there are a lot of ways to cast on. I do a very simple way, and if you want to learn a more complicated way, that's fine. But you basically are going to be pulling loops through loops when you are knitting. And I just start by tying a knot onto the knitting needle where I have a loop on the needle now. And you want to leave the little tail fairly long, like maybe 4 or 5 inches so that you can weave it in. But then I'm going to wrap this around my finger, and I'm going to do this pretty slowly so you can see the whole thing. I wrap it around my finger, make a loop, and just pull it. You don't want to pull it too tight because that's going to make it hard to stick the other needle in when you're knitting. You'll see what I mean later. But this is how I cast on. I've always cast on like this. I have no idea where I learned how to cast on like this. I've seen about 5 or 6 different ways to cast on. So if you want to look around and find out different ways, that's fine. This is fast, it's simple, it works, and I've always done it like this, and I've been a knitter since I was 8 years old. So it's been a long time, but that's all you do. You just make the loops on the needle. Now, the first row is always going to be hardest because you don't really have a base that you're built, but this is the knit stitch. The knit stitch is when you take one needle and stick it into the loop toward the back. So the needle in your right hand is going to be behind the needle in your left hand, and then you're going to take the yarn and loop it around the needle that's in your right hand and pull it through, creating another loop. And this is what I mean when you're just pulling a loop through a loop. Now, the first row is always hardest, like I said, because the cast on row is pretty loose, and you just want to keep doing this. Just go slowly. This is the English way of knitting. It's called throwing the yarn. So you're basically throwing the yarn over the needle. And again, this is the knit stitch, okay? And there's a purl stitch. I'm going to show you that in a little bit. This is the knit stitch, and this is throwing the yarn. I am going to do the continental knitting version of the knit stitch in a minute, but I want you to be able to see what is going on. So you're basically just taking a loop, you're making a loop here, and you're pulling that loop through the first loop. That's it. And again, don't make the yarn so tight that it's really hard to stick the needle through. And as you're knitting, the tension, which is how tight the yarn is going to affect how tight your fabric is. Everybody's tension is going to be a little bit different, but you want to make it tight enough to fit the needle, but you don't want it to be so tight that you can't get the yarn through. All right, now this is the continental way. It's a little blurry here. I think it's going to straighten out. But you hold the yarn over your finger in your left hand, and instead of throwing it, you're sticking the needle through and picking it up and just pulling it through. So there's less of a motion. There's no motion with your right hand at all. The left hand really isn't moving very much. And you can go a lot faster this way. I'm sorry that it's a little blurry. I think that you should learn at first and I will be knitting more that you can see it better in a little bit. You should just learn how to do it with the throwing of the stitch like this at first so that you can see what's happening. Because if you understand what's happening when you're knitting, you can fix all of your problems. And you will have problems. Okay, now for the purl stitch, you stick the needle in through the back of the loop, and you keep the yarn in the front, and you pull it through kind of backwards like that. And that's going to create a little bump at the base of the stitch, so that when you alternate rows, the knit stitch is flat when it's looking at you, like on the side that you're working, and the purl stitch has a little bump. And I've seen different ways to do the purl stitch. I have seen different ways to do the knit stitch. So this is how I do it. And like I said, there are multiple ways to do these stitches, and it just depends on how you learn. So you just put the needle in through the back of the stitch, and then you just pull that through. And in this way, when I'm throwing the yarn like this with the English stitch, see it's making a little bump, but I'm throwing the yarn, but it's in the front of the knitting instead of the back of the knitting, which it was in the back for the knit stitch. This is the purl stitch, okay? Now, if you're purling with your left hand in the continental way, you are picking it up and just kind of twisting it around like that and creating the stitch, and then you slide it off. So you put the needle in the back of the loop and wrap it around the yarn and pull it through. So, like I said, I think that you should learn how to do this by throwing it in the English way, like when you have the yarn in your right hand. But this is a lot faster. When you knit and you have experience and you know what you're doing, knitting the continental way like this without having to do that throwing motion really saves you a lot of time. And you're basically you get going really fast and your hands don't move that much. It's really the tips of your fingers that are doing the work because they're holding. You'll have to practice, but those are the two ways. I wanted to show you both ways, and this is the purl stitch as you're looking at it. The bump at the base of that stitch is the wrong side of the fabric. That's going to be bumpy. And what it looks like on the other side where the knit stitch is facing you, it looks like a little V. It's smoother. If you look at any knit fabric, the right side is going to be smooth and have the little V's on it. The back side is going to be bumpy and have the little loops. And if you look at any t-shirt, any sweatshirt that's knit, you can see that. Now, what you do to make a stockinette stitch is one row of knit and one row of purl. So right now I'm doing the row of knit, and see, you have to be careful not to lose the stitch off the needle. And for this, I'm kind of holding the thread with my left hand, or the yarn. And that my left thumb is holding the yarn on the needle as the right needle is picking it up. And if you alternate one row of knit and one row of purl, this is the purl stitch, then you will get that fabric, like I said, that's bumpy on one side and flat on the other. So now I'm going to do another row of purl. And for this, I'm throwing it just to show you. And I really do think that you should learn how to do this with the throwing motion so that you can see what's happening. But once you get a little experience, the continental way where you're picking it up with your left hand is a lot faster. And some people are just more comfortable with one way or the other. There's no right or wrong. It's just how you decide to do it that's comfortable for you. And you will practice, you'll get better, you'll get faster, and you'll figure out what feels right for you. Some people do not like knitting continental style, and they just like to throw the yarn like this. Like I said, I personally knit with the continental style where I'm picking the yarn up with my left hand, like I'm holding it in my left hand, because it's just a lot faster. And you really, once you get some experience, you can go very quickly, and it'll make the stockinette stitch, which is flat on one side and bumpy on the other. So you're just going to keep doing that. And, you know, whatever method feels right to you, whether it's throwing the yarn like this or picking it with your left hand, is perfectly fine. You just do one row of knit and then one row of purl, back and forth, back and forth. And when you are done, you're going to have the fabric that's kind of flat on this side with the V's and bumpy on this side with the little bumps. That's the purl side. And that's the basic stockinette stitch that you should learn first, because that's the basic stitch of a lot of sweaters and patterns.